Right, wait, that's it now. It's back.
Was I getting a message or something? Oakley would normally pull like a train, and then of course on top of that he'd react to cars and all that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we first have to teach him the tool that is going to help us have him not react to cars. So we're not going to take him around cars yet. We're going to teach him the tool so that when we do go around cars and use that tool, he's comfortable. Best tool for him right now is definitely a prong collar. He's so numb and immune to choking himself and pulling and all that, right? So dog's just had the prong collar on. We've done a wee bit at the door, and what you're seeing is look how uninterested the dog is with it. He's not upset, he's not trying to pull it off, he's not concerned in any way. So when I'm first teaching, I'm doing fishing. I call it fishing, which is I'm going to let the dog move around really wherever they want. But when he gets to the end of the leash, I apply a little bit of pressure, like the seatbelt dinging noise when you don't put your seatbelt on. And when I apply the pressure, he's going to want rid of the pressure. When he moves with me, I get rid of the pressure, relax the leash, and then I'd give him a fiver. Yes, good job. If I was really strict, I'd give the food. Right now I'm just building a wee bit of bond. He loves human attention. I don't even need to necessarily give him the food, but this would be also a benefit, okay? So I'm just going to do a wee bit of that here and you can observe how I do it. So pressure on. Yes. So observe how he is when he feels the prong. Watch his tail, watch everything, okay? Yes, good job. Good. Would he normally react to this car? Perfect. So in the middle of that.
He'd be aware, but it's the quicker cars he reacts
to. So ideally when I'm first teaching, I don't want to be in cars, but if I have to, real life, I'll deal with it. But if I don't, then great. So pressure on, pressure off. So I'm never really pulling back the way, I'm kind of sideways. Yes. My goal is teaching the dog that when there's no pressure, amazing. Pressure, yeah. Boy. So already we're using there's no pressure on the leash. Dog's walking with me. Yes, good boy. What I would expect to hear from the dog like this right now is sometimes, whether I'm applying pressure or not, is a bit of vocal.
He whimpers, yeah.
It's because he's got lots of anxiety. So what the way I'm gonna help him overcome that anxiety is heel work. Go on your job, just stick to my heel, mate. Just basic heel work. Stick with me. Stay with me.
I've never been able to get heel work from him.
Oh, like we've got it now. Look.
I know.
Heel. So I'm talking through the leash, not verbally. Okay. So he's so used to being physically attached, but psychologically detached, okay? What I'm trying to teach him, when he's physically attached, he should be psychologically attached. And what I'm loving is his response. As soon as he feels the tiniest, he's like, yep, sorry, yep. So I apply pressure.
You've got a phone call, mate.
Just cancel it. Oh, he's freaking phones me all the time. Just got that on camera, right? Said he phones me all the time. So the goal is to use the least amount of pressure. Okay? Now, how do I get the heel? Is I get it, in other words, I get him into that position, then
This guy.
that's alright, I get the position and then I name it.
Okay.
So I pull them round into that. Now here people wait until the dog is there and then they pull them back to get into heel. No. I have the dog at my butt cheek and then when he goes from there to there, just straight up. Heel. Physical, relax, heel. Okay? You'll see it here. I turn right here. Heel. Good. As soon as he's in the position, yes, that, good.
Okay.
but just good. If I go, good boy,
Okay,
he's
really
going to get excited and pull.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
That would usually be a big trigger for him.
So this is just the beginning, but what I'm teaching him is, no mate, when you're attached to me, you should be focusing on everything else. You should just be with me.
That would usually have been a big barking session.
Yeah, I thought
for
that.
him.
But
Oh,
what,
definitely.
because the way we're applying pressure, that
He's
means more to
following you.
him.
Yeah.
So look. So we get heel work with no punishment, just reinforcement.
Okay.
Okay? See the difference? Is this better than normal?
Oh,
Oh.
Jesus.
Okay, it's just the
I didn't
beginning.
think he could walk like that.
Now it's your turn. Now what your job here is to do is to the dog already knows he's not fully known it yet, but he already is comfortable with the prong.
Okay.
You don't know it.
No.
So what you need to do right now is simply just use it as if he's on a flat collar. Just be normal with him.
Okay.
But what you're going to realise is you can just be, hey. You have to be, hey, here, bruh. Okay, that's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
habit.
Or
But you
on
don't
my-
need to be. So look, it's like say he barks at this guy. Let me touch. Just snap him out of it.
This is what
Right.
exactly what he
So what he's got to learn, that was more the enough.
Yeah.
Stop. Back. Stop jumping on the sofa. Back to piano lessons.
Okay.
He's like, oh, but there's a man. There, I just went up and just got the attention of the dog. See it?
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm aware of that. I'm like, no bother me. Do it. It's your habit.
Mm,
But it's how you now react to those will determine how much more you'll do it.
right.
Okay? So what side do you prefer 'em on, your left or your right?
Left.
Okay, so come and take the leash. Now you take the leash short and loose. Relax your arm. Now first of all, with a prong, he physically doesn't have the ability to pull you off your feet.
Okay.
Okay,
That's a big thing for
even
me.
if he went full pull, he'll go whoop and come back. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
Just, we want a straight arm with a bent leash. All you need to do is just use wrist action to move the dog. You don't need to be yanking or pulling or just whoop, whoop, okay? So just go a wee walk with him. Forget about us. Just take wherever you like. Make him go the side you want him on, okay? So this will probably be a wee bit messier because now we have two people learning at the same time. That's better than normal, I assume.
Wow, it's unbelievable. The
Yeah.
the leash would be pulled out straight
Yeah.
and tight, and she'd be chasing him.
And don't even worry about saying anything yet.
That's the
And it's
habit.
okay if you did, it's okay, but don't think you have to yet, okay? Say it through the leash. Just be with him. Just learn to be with him, sir. Just learn to be with the dog, or just have the dog learn to be with you. It's beautiful. That's really nice. What we over time want to be able to use is a blooming flat collar or a slip lead or a shoelace. You keep walking around. So what we need to do is we need to start having the dog understand and associate words. So you will get the behaviour you want. So when you turned there, for example, and he was now behind you here, you would go, heel, good. If I was really strict, food, good, food, walk on. He goes to get a bit pulley, pop, heel, good, food. Okay, walk around. But what you're doing right now is you're getting the behaviour, and then when you decide, it could be in a week's time, it doesn't matter, then start adding words to it. Okay, so this is a dog that she literally couldn't walk,
Definitely.
right? So she's not physically able or strong enough to hold a dog that's big and powerful. So this is really important that she learned to have a dog that was very respectful. Literally a therapy dog. She had to have a therapy dog in her hands. How is that?
That feels great.
Nice, nice. Very good.
Sorry, I keep speaking.
Don't apologise. Now turn and walk because I want him to see that car. Nice. Yeah, wee pop. Nice. Now what you're learning is the right amount of pressure. The ironic thing is the dog didn't even need that much pressure that you gave, so you're a wee bit heavier than needed,
Okay.
but he's okay.
And it
It's
should be
okay.
a pop up the way though.
Yeah, because what your habit is to pull back. You don't pull
Yeah.
back, you pop up.
Up.
Okay? You would have just been able to there, if you'd just done a wrist snap, he would have just went, "Whip." Okay? So you're trying to teach him the piano, but you're learning at the same time. The prong is bridging the gap.
And it's weird because he's looking at me. He would never be normally looking at me.
Remember what I call this? The attention direction affection. This is the attention grabber. You going heel, whatever is the direction. Good. Affection. Keep on walking is the affection.
Yeah.
I think the difference is he's waiting to be led now, where before he was,
Yes,
he
switched
was.
his mind from
Aye,
a leading mind to a following mind.
aye.
Okay? You have to have him in that state before you could take him near cars, before you could add treats. Because you've had trainers before that have told you take him, do some what we call counter conditioning, associate, get treats and blah blah blah. And I understand that, but it's only a piece of the puzzle. And it never works. That's why the dog is pulling you off your feet and blah blah blah. Now we're getting actually some of his attention. Now I've got your attention, now I can actually help you through your issue. And he doesn't go for cars because he's afraid. He goes for the cars because he gets a good thrill out of it. It's his breed and his genetics. But you're going, you don't do that in this house, mate. You're not on a farm. You're here. You go and herd when I tell you to herd. Okay? So just turn to your right. Just go away. What? See how beautiful that is? And it's hard for him because he's used to leading and now he's having to be led. So that's why you get these wee jumps and stuff. He was doing that with me as well. He's like, but this is what is going on here. It's all learning. I mean, look at the communication and relationship you have. That's beautiful. Now see, every time he looks at you, you should be going, good. If I was really shit, I'd be going, good and food. Well done. Now ideally what you want to tidy up is when you went good, he's learned that any bit of affection means free rein. That's your problem. So you go good, but you keep him in that heel position. So when I say good, I'm ready with the food, and I go good, food into the dog. So he stays there.
Okay.
Good boy. If I come up and go good boy, that gets moving forward and excitement.
Yeah.
We need to teach the difference between the two. Okay? That's excellent. You can stop that, Dad.